To the DJ Lagway, obviously there's a lot of noise that he couldn't be benched because of his contract,
which
which
was not true, and obviously you saw it is not true.
yeah, it became true, evident the other day.
Yeah,
To
but
me,
that
like
was never true, and I think it's important that people know that that's not how these contracts work. Like, just in general, the contracts that they sign with Florida Victorious, the contracts they sign with any, and I like Florida Victorious is part of UF, but they are a separate entity. You can't put that in a contract where there's guaranteed playing time or they have to play a certain number of snaps in order for them to get like accelerators the way that it works in the NFL, right? Like, that's just not how these contracts work. And we try to tell people all the time that that's not how it works. Like, the reason you put DJ Lagway out there is because you thought he was your best option. Like, it wasn't working and you sat him down. I mean, I thought he should have been sat during the LSU game
yeah,
after his third interception. You shouldn't let a quarterback throw 5, but you throw another 3 interceptions and a half, then yeah, he's going to sit. But the reason you put him out there is because you think he gives you the best opportunity to be successful. None of us are in practice. I've been clamoring to want, Tramel Jones to at least get an opportunity at times, but like, there's a reason he's playing, and it's not because he's contractually required to. It's because they felt like that gave him the best option, and obviously they pulled
which
him in
we could argue
second half.
that's the right decision or not. Again, they have more data than we do on both of these players. I
Right.
would argue that you wonder again because he's a pretty hefty investment that would be part of the reason why that you may extend, you know, counting on him a little bit more because of the investment you have placed in him. Like I'm sure it played a organic factor that wouldn't
It
be spoke about.
potentially. Yeah, potentially. I don't don't
Uh-oh.
to Piper. Don't I'm not lying. So that's
I was
fine.
gonna yeah, I was actually gonna say that to the Pyburn situation that because people brought that up that he was asking for playing, but again, that should prove to what you're saying is like, well, they told him no. Could just because you ask for it doesn't mean that it's possible to have in your contract.
It's just not how contracts work, and like, you you can call me wrong, you don't have to believe me, but that's just not how it works. Um,
Well, look,
but
I
anyway,
see the thing here. The Pyburn negotiations, like I think that's supporting that because he was asking for guaranteed time, and it was like they're like that's not even a thing. And he came out and said it himself. He goes, I wasn't asking for that. That was what was being reported on one side. He said from his mouth, I didn't ask for that. So it's hard to say that that was it, there's any truth to that because both parties are saying two different things on that regards.
yeah, it's just not how you can believe me or not. I feel like I have a pretty good source of how this stuff works, but whatever. But I don't even know where we were going, so carry on.
You're
I
good. No,
was I was in the middle of something.
yeah, I like that. I mean, I was gonna speak to that, not say that hey to call you out, but actually bring that up. So it worked out not in the cleanest way
Yeah.
as possible. But yeah, look, I think that I've people kind of give Dan flack, but Dan, I mean, Dan has been hasn't really led us astray on anything that he's told us, and you can speak to this too, as sources go. It's as true as it can. Like you just said with Lincoln Riley, as of now, it's not happening. Could tomorrow things
Mhm.
change? Yeah, like that's how crazy this is. But
Yeah.
I mean, based on what you're hearing, like you're feeling pretty confident that it is not going to go that way. Quick super chat
It's
here. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. No, Florida has vetted over 9. I don't know what the number is now, so I'm comfortable saying that number. 9 different coaches so far through the process, and Turnkey is going to evaluate a lot of different things in terms of what they do as a search firm. They're going to bring a lot of options. They're going to try to put feelers out there. They're going to figure out, what would it take, and it's not just what does it take dollars wise. What does it take, for your staff? Who am I allowed to bring over? Who am I not allowed? What kind of concessions are you giving me? Am I going to be getting a sign-on bonus, or am I going to be able to get, relocation, and you guys are going to pick up and put a down payment on a house and help me sell my, like, there's a lot of other things that go into, what these negotiations and contracts look like, on the back end. But Florida has, and I continue to maintain, the same top 4 that I brought up the first 2 weeks that we started this first week. And I want everybody to know, I know everybody's clamoring for information now, like, just not a lot is going to happen between now and the end of the football season. Like, you're not going to find a coach is going to come and jump ship. You're not going to hear about a coach secretly coming to campus. It's just not how, these things happen during the middle of a football season. Like, these coaches are working 100 hours a week. for 13, 14 weeks a year. Like they're not picking up in the middle of a Tuesday, flying to Gainesville, meeting with Scott Strickland, and then flying back. And hopefully, nobody wondered, hey, that doctor's appointment you had this morning went really long, right? That's just not how this works. So